Hello and welcome to today's coding quick tip. Today we're going to talk about running tasks from Visual Studio Code. So I got an ASP.NET 5 application set up with serving just one static file, and I got a TypeScript file here that I want to compile. How do we do this easiest from Visual Studio Code? First thing is you have to install TypeScript using npm. Do that by installing or typing npm install -g TypeScript and make sure that's set up properly. After that's set up, we can enter the command palette in Visual Studio Code by hitting F1 or Ctrl-Shift-P, typing task and selecting configure task runner. This will create a tasks.json file for us. In this file you got a whole slew of options and examples you can choose from. We're going to use the first one here that's going to call the TypeScript compiler for us. I'm going to change output to always, we see what happens, and we're going to remove the arguments as I actually cheated a bit and set up a tsconfig file here. Tsconfig files, for those who doesn't know, is the configuration file for the TypeScript compiler. In our case, everything that it sets up is test the compiler where the TypeScript files are at. In our case, on the TypeScript folder, and the transpiled files are going to end up under www.root scripts. You can see that there's no such folder currently because we haven't compiled anything. So after editing this, you can go to the command palette again, press backspace to remove the caret and the task, and space, and we'll look for all defined tasks. Right now it's only the TSC task we got going for us, so let's try that one out and see what happens. And there we see the results of the transpilation. Our test.js file is outputted to the www.root scripts folder. So how do we utilize task runners if that's what our build setup looks like? Currently Visual Studio Code supports Jake, Grunt and Gulp as task runners, and I've now modified the solution slightly. I removed the task.json file and I removed the output in www.root. I've added a Gulp file, and this is nothing special. It just sets up a task that's named tscompile for compiling our TypeScript as stated before. So how do we set up Visual Studio Code to use this? Well, open the command palette again, enter task, select configure task runner just as previously. It's going to create the task.json file for us again, and this time it's going to look radically different though. The reason it looks so different is that it actually notices that we're running Gulp now as a task runner because we have a Gulp file in the solution. So let's try and run this and see what happens. Backspace and the task space. You can see it finds our tscompile task and also the watch task that we had defined in the Gulp file. Let's try it out to see if it works. Yes. Here's our transpiled JavaScript files. Everything seems to be working. Let's remove that and look at the task.json file again. Well, now that we've mastered tasks from Visual Studio Code, is there any way we can speed up our development experience a bit, perhaps? Yes, there is. There is a build command by default defined in Visual Studio Code. It's executed with Ctrl-Shift-B. So let's try and hook our task up to that. Task name is tscompile, and we need to tell it that it's our build command. True, save. Let's build and see. Control-Shift-B. Sorry for the abrupt ending there, but the slam you heard was actually one of my kids barging in the door, and as you could see though in the video, the build task worked fine when executed from the build command. So thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coding!